comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Still not used to this yet. One more here. There it is. All right. Thank you for letting me do that. I don't know if anybody's here, so yeah. Not surprising. Oh. Do. Oh, actually, there's an easier way to do this. There we go. Then we do this. That's what happens when I got to do it a different way. I'm not used to it yet, so. All right, so I'm posting one more. And up it goes. All right, done with that. Took me a couple minutes. You're welcome. Welcome, Daily Trudge. Forgot to grab my fan. Still freaking sick. What is going on?
What happened?
All right. I was getting a fan. Freaking cats. All right. See, I know I have like 5 minutes before anyone's on. Oh, thank you. All right. I think I've already had enough today. I'm going to go back to bed. I got a funeral today. So we're going to be in As Bill Sees It, page 8. Catching my breath. Give me a second. All right. Is sobriety all that we are to expect of a spiritual awakening? What kind of spiritual awakening is this person having? I mean, Bill wrote it, but, you know. Oh, no, sobriety is only the very beginning. Now, you have to remember that Bill had a sudden spiritual awakening. I did not. So this may feel a little weird to you. It may feel like it doesn't fit. All right. So let's think about that. Maybe the spiritual experience is a good place to go today. In the 12 by 12, which I believe is on 562. And we will get to that. We will get to the spiritual experience as part of the reading today. Um, no, sobriety is only a bare beginning. It is only the first gift of the first awakening. Um, yeah, the having the obsession lifted is the first awakening. Oh, nice. Good job. Good job. What'd you read them? Did you read them a bedtime story? Did you read them? Did you get? What'd you read? Just kidding. Reading Lord of the Rings. Where are you reading? Just kidding. Make it sound like it's not AA and shit. Um, if gifts are to be received, our awakening has to go on. And our awakening needs to go on with us. It's got to start with us. You know, um, sorry, I've got an earache. I think I might have an ear infection. I don't want my wife to know. As it did go on, we find that bit by bit, we can discard the old life, the one that did not work, for a new life that can and does work any conditions, whatever, right? Um, um, I'm easily distracted today. So there's no point at which we are totally empty, if that makes sense, because we're slowly discarding things, and this is a matter of replacement. Thanks. I hate it when people give me advice when I've had ear infections. Yeah, so I'm already taking care of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of ear infections when I was growing up. Um, yeah, I was one of those kids that had a lot of problems, and then I became a problem child. Um, yeah, I remember there was one time my ear was just throbbing. Oof, it was going woof, woof, woof. I'm like digging in there, and my pinky caught something. It was a scab, and all this water came out of my ear, and it felt immediately better. So anyway, we are never totally empty. We're not at not any point should we be an empty vessel. People say empty yourself so you feel bad. Well, that's not going to work. So what we do is replacement. That's what we do, right? And please don't take me wrong. I do appreciate people helping. For some reason, when I get sick, I'm like, I ain't doing my gift. I don't know why. I become a 2-year-old thinking I can do everything myself. So ignore me. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. I think I was like 11, 10, 11. Anyway, so it's a matter of replacement, kind of like in Indiana Jones, the first movie, Temple of Doom. No, not Temple. Indiana Jones and the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's it. And in the very beginning, he grabs that sand, puts it in a bag, and he grabs the idol and he switches it out. Right. That's the same kind of concept that we are doing here. So I discover something about me. Okay. And it's a character defect. Let's say it's self-pity. Okay, I have a lot of self-pity going on. Now, this is an individual character defect that I'm working with, right? But you're not a doctor. Kind of like I'm not a midwife, right? So, but those things do help. It's more of clogged. So I think it's just more of a fear. It's not aching, but every now and again it goes. So I have a fear. It's probably what it is. Okay, I'm trying to stay on topic. See, this is weird too because it says that no one's here. So I can never count. So no counter ever works, ever. It just doesn't work. Regardless of worldly success or failure, regardless of pain or joy, regardless of sickness or health or even death itself, a new life of endless possibilities can be lived if we're willing to continue our awakening through the practice of AA's 12 steps. Yeah, the first awakening is just the really good one. Why? Because it was new. Anything new is going to send send dopamine to your brain. It's excited. It's learned something new. Your brain likes learning new things. That's its function. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Oh, God, somebody's on a roll. I'm too sick to go back and forth with you on that level. No. Oh. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you, if you take an extra step, if you go a little bit more forward each time, it adds up so quick. I'll give you a great example of what's going on right here. How many people read the grapevine? I haven't read the grapevine in years. It's not one of the things I read, right? But it's something they are doing, going above and beyond to understand alcoholics a little bit better, because it's not even just about understanding me. It's understanding, like, I don't really understand atheism or agnostics. I don't get it. Okay, but that doesn't mean that there aren't certain aspects that I even agree with them on. See, we're still the same. I'm not going to tell them what they have to believe in. I'm going to be an example of how to live a good life. Now, my example may not be for you. That's okay. That's all right. Virgos are unstoppable when given the right situations, man. And I don't find it. It is not odd that the people that help keep me in line are other Virgos. Here's the thing: when Virgos get along, we do great. But when we don't get along, we can really fuck things up. So we got to be careful. Yeah. When two Virgos argue, man, we can decimate a town. So we got to be even more careful. We Virgos have this passion. And once we find it, there ain't nothing in the world that fucking stops us. Even us, man. So for me, I have to make sure it's God driven. I was just talking about that with somebody this morning. You know, I've been talking with somebody, and I've known them for a little while. They actually helped me get in the field. They're one of the first people that joined my live and said, "Hey, you got something going on here." And other people tried to divide us. We're still friends, but now they're finding out some of the shit that happened. And I feel bad because I'm being the messenger. But if we're not aware of the whole situation, then we may make decisions based on other things. And I'm the kind of person where I want to give you all the information and then you can make a decision. I'm not going to make a decision for you. If I do that, it's not going to stick. Now, if you want to check it out, hang out with me for a little bit, great. I don't have a problem with that. But you should probably keep your mouth shut and listen then, right? There you go. See? Good job, Amber. I can't post. That's the one thing that I don't like about this, I can't put them up, right? Good for you. Good for you. Ouch. Okay. Sobriety feels the painful hole in the soul that my alcoholism created. Remember that big old hole in your stomach that you used to carry around everywhere and you just walked around and waited for the other fucking shoe to drop? All right. All right. Yeah, but it's all about connection is what it is, Amber. That's Virgos. Virgos love deep connection. We like hard conversations. We like the solution. The solution makes us happy when we're God-centered. We love the solution. Why? Because we have an answer and then we can give it to everybody. And that makes us happy. Most Virgos, and it sounds so fucking selfish and so conceited, but we really do want what's best for you. And we will yell at you about it, especially if we love you. Oh, if I love you, I might be mean. I don't mean to be, but I love you so much that I will use anger to help you. Right? And I have to watch that. I have to watch that. Yeah. Okay. And it may not even be a Virgo thing. I don't know. But it seems to fit. Even the person that had another person do that crap this week, they're Virgo too. They have the same exact birthday as me, in fact. Which pissed him off even more because I was born the same day Jimi Hendrix died. So I took away another thing from them and they did not like that. I'm not, here's where, as a Virgo, I have to be careful. Because I will start to think that everybody else thinks like me. We don't think we're better than. But our biggest fault is that we think that you think like we do. And I tend to forget that. Some Sundays we have each other's shit, but we did good meetings in August. Yeah. It's about connection, man. Getting to know each other a little bit better. Inside jokes can keep you sober, man. Inside jokes can keep you sober. I know it helps me. We got a whole midwife thing going. I miss Ingrid, though. Pisses me off. I shouldn't have said, well, she's here all the time, and it's me and Amber, and nobody else knows who she is, but because she's here all the time, but she has her reasons for not being on YouTube, and I do not argue with mothers. She can't get me on YouTube. I'm set for not children. You can I marked it unsafe for children. This is not safe. I do not talk safe for children. I'm sorry, but I don't. So that's why people don't put me on speakerphone. Often I feel so physically well that I believe my work is done. I've been there. That happened to me. Never, ever, ever again. No. Mm-mm. However, joy is not the absence of pain. It's funny because a lot of people listen to me while traveling. It happens a lot, Amber. A lot of people listen to me on the train, in the car. Even your children get to listen, and you have to don't repeat Uncle Dion. You know what? I can work on cleaning up my language a little bit. I really don't mind. I can look for an excuse for that. But sometimes you need a good solid F word in there to make your point, right? With green eggs and ham. Yeah, yeah, Sam, I am. Oh, Amber, can you come to the funeral and hang out with me? Because, all right. My higher power. Oh, wait a minute. Joy comes from ongoing and active study as well as application of the principles of recovery in my everyday life and from sharing that experience with others. Yeah. Do you know what happens when, okay, so I hit that point and it said that, and I felt like I had done so well, my job was done. I was 8 years sober. I had been a drug and alcohol counselor. I had worked detox. I had worked treatment. I'd won 2 awards for best prevention group. Not me, but I was in the group, and I'm the one that accepted the awards and made the speeches. I was the only white guy on the team. They called me their closet vato loco. It's like this morning I got a message from my sister-in-law's best friend. And I used to help babysit them because Shannon was she was in high school the first time we dated, and they were young, and we babysit them and we took them all over. And they're like, I remember you used to braid our hair. I'm like, yeah, I learned how to braid hair through gang members actually taught me. Crips and Bloods taught me how to. Yeah, I used to be able to cornrow like a motherfucker, dude. Are you kidding? Yeah. For the time I was 14, like 13, 14 on, I wasn't around many white people. So when people come talk to me about white privilege, I'm like, stick it up your fucking ass. You don't know what you're talking about. Watch my white privilege. You want me to braid your hair? I braid it. Actually, I don't think I could do it now. I don't know if I remember. All right. My higher power presents many opportunities for deeper spiritual awakening. I need only bring into my recovery the willingness to grow. Today I'm ready to grow. Right? I don't know. Willingness is kind of getting on my nerves. It's like willingness, willingness, willingness. Are you willing, willing, willing? I'm so willing. Have you met Willing? He's over there. Good old Willing. All right. We are not reading the medical view, although that might be. You know what? I think I'm going to do that one day. All right. The spiritual experience, the terms spiritual experience and spiritual awakening are used many times in this book, which upon careful reading shows the personality change sufficient to bring about recovery from alcoholism has manifested itself among us in many different forms. I really like this wording right here. Shows that the personality change sufficient, that means enough, to bring about recovery from alcoholism manifested. Manifestation is a spiritual thing. It's when you're manifested, usually they're talking about, I need an exorcism and things like that. Yes, I believe in all that, by the way. I believe in that this isn't my first life. I believe in a lot of things. I don't know whether I'm right or not, but I enjoy it in my head. And it's not hurting anyone. This is the first time I've been here. I know too much. I know too much. There's no way I knew all this in 53 years. There's no way. Yes, it is true that our first printing gave many readers the impression that these personality changes or religious experience must be the nature of sudden and spectacular upheavals. Happily for everyone, this conclusion is erroneous. Thank God, because I would have ran. If God gave me a burning bush, I'd throw water on it. I was too, in the beginning, now I wouldn't, but in the beginning, I was too reactive. I wouldn't have been able to see it. I would have been like, fire, everybody. No. Run to the ugly forest with the ugly trees. Right, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Hey, we in Alcoholics Anonymous can just say certain little things. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you may never have even met me before. Welcome to my world, man. Yeah, I know everyone. One way or another, I know you. In the first few chapters, a number of sudden revolutionary changes are described. Though it was not our intention to create such an impression, many alcoholics have nevertheless concluded that in order to recover, they must acquire an immediate, overwhelming God consciousness, followed at once by a vast change in feeling and outlook. You know what I just realized? This is a 10th step. You want to know what I just saw this? Eat around forever, whatever, doesn't matter. This is a 10th step. He said, we screwed up. We screwed up in the beginning of this book, so we're going to correct it. I'm going to let you know that there it is. That's why you can't beat it. When you own your snakes, nobody can get on anything on you. That's freedom. Don't tie yourself to shit that people can use against you. Because they will. They will. He does not render us white as snow and keep us that way without our help. And I don't stay that way. But for the most part, my side of the street is clean. It's my, aside from helping other alcoholics, it's my number one goal. Because my side of the street is clean. You know what it means? Okay, remember when you were growing up? Oh, can I go outside and play? Clean your room first. Same thing. Clean your room first. Then you can go out and play. Okay. So I talk to God first. I get to my meetings, and then I can go play. I've earned my seat on the playground now. For alcoholics, we got to do this. If you don't do it that way, what's going to happen is you're going to feel like you don't belong. Right. Among our rapidly growing membership of thousands of alcoholics, such transformations, though frequent, are by no means the rule. Yeah. Most of our experience are what the psychologist William James calls the educational variety, because they develop slowly over a period of time. And I don't know if that's Silkworth or not. I'm presuming it is, but it doesn't say Silkworth. And there are a lot of people called William James back in the 30s. So but I'm assuming or presuming, don't assume, presume. That's something I learned from somebody. It's the only thing that I got out of that relationship. Oh, that and nobody likes lightning. Quite often, friends of the newcomer are aware of the difference long before he is himself. Yeah. He finally realizes that he has undergone such a profound alteration in his reaction to life that such a change could hardly have been brought about by himself. It becomes probably the best known fact you've ever had, because you know you didn't put any effort in. You know damn well you didn't put any effort in. All you did was ask and go to a few meetings. It's not right. But when you do start putting action into it, AA is a catalyst. It will help you get better quicker than any other program out there. proven beyond a shadow of a doubt by immense experience. See, we have close to 100 years of experience. The other ones have about 10. If that. Smart recovery, I mean, no. I'm going to go back on that. Smart recovery and celebrate recovery, I think, have been around for a lot longer. So, what often takes place in a few months could seldom have been accomplished by years of self-discipline. There it is. With few exceptions, our members find that they have tapped an unusual inner resource. What are those exceptions? The people that don't want to do the work. AA didn't work for me. You're right. You are correct. I agree with you. AA did not work for you because you didn't want to listen. Okay, we asked you to do 90 meetings in 90 days. You did 90 meetings in 30 days and decided that was it. You didn't follow direction. You are right. AA did not work for you because you did not work it. That's your choice. I'm not going to give you a hard time about that. When you're ready, come let me know. Which they presently identify with their own conception of a power greater than themselves. There's many higher powers as there are people in the program. Well, who knows if there's only one higher power? I don't know. Who knows, man? Most of us think that's part of faith. Faith without works is dead. Can't remember the last time that was a topic. That used to be a topic all the time. Faith without works is dead. Well, what work are you doing? I go to a lot of newcomer meetings, so I don't hear these other topics. So that's why. Not because they're not coming up. So I needed to verify that so that you didn't think I was. It's not like I go to every meeting and know. So most of us think this awareness of a power greater than ourselves is the essence of a spiritual experience, and I agree. Now, our more religious members call it God consciousness. Most emphatically, we wish to say that any alcoholic capable of honestly facing his problem in the light of our experience can recover, provided he does not close his mind to all spiritual concepts. He can only be defeated by an attitude of intolerance or belligerent denial. You know, there was a guy that stopped by here the other day, and he was putting up a lot of religious connotations, which I don't doesn't bother me. They're just trying to help. I know what it's like. It's 11:11, by the way. I know what it's like to want to shout from the rooftops. And he has sent me a message, and you know, he's not a friend, so I had a chance to block it. But you know why? And he asked me, "Do you know much about the Bible?" And I said, "You know, I've never been called to read it, and I don't feel the need now. I enjoy my life and my growth with God, and I like the route that I'm on. But that doesn't mean that I'm not closed-minded enough that I'm not going to listen to what you have to say." Well, and he sent me a couple of scriptures. They fit. End of conversation, man. Right? Did I get anything out of it? Yeah. A new friend. Another person that thinks like I do. They're just saying it different. That's great. I want you to say it differently than me, because then other people can hear that other experience, and then they're going to get even more. All right. We find that no one need have difficulty with the spirituality of the program. Willingness, honesty, and open-mindedness are the essentials of recovery, but these are indispensable. Now, this next part, I used to just use this for my spirituality, but now I do it for everything. And this is why I question. I do. If you're new on the scene, I'm going to question you. What are your intentions? I had some guy try and come at me yesterday because I put some truth out about sober livings and they didn't like it. Probably because they're doing it. I don't know. This was one person I was actually kind of keeping around because I thought they did some good, right? Now, that doesn't mean that they're bad, and it doesn't mean that they're doing anything wrong. I see why they got defensive. Yeah, I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit about what you're doing. You bet. I actually wasn't talking shit. It was all fact. Okay. But he's not hearing what I'm saying. And that is contempt prior to investigation. So I asked him, why do you need 6 clinicians for a sober living? Why are you guys the alpha omega? What's wrong with referring out? If a company is an alpha omega and they do everything, run. That's not how it works. So, all right. There is a principle which is a bar against all information, which is proof against all arguments, and which cannot fail to keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is contempt prior to investigation. So, all right. I'm going to head out. Prayers. I need prayers for today. It's my sister-in-law's celebration of life. We don't call them funerals anymore. I don't hate them. There's just a lot of feelings, and when I'm sick, I have no defense against my empathy because I'm doing everything that I can not to be a dick because I don't feel well. I need your courage today. I invited a lot of people. I was hoping they'd show up. I could get that, but God's gonna take care of me one way or another. I already know that. So my only job is to go and make it better for my wife. It's the only thing I want to do. So, all right. Notice I said that kind of low. I love you. I love you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Amber, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I really do. And making it entertaining. Maybe next time you should just come on with me. All right. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.